Hello, I'm romance author Lori Thorne. Welcome to my writing vlog, Good Time Writing. This week I would love to talk about batching or banking social media, which is something that I do all the time. If you're an author or just a busy person, but who is also regularly engaging on social media and have that desire or need to do so, then you probably kind of know what I'm talking about already. But for the record, what I mean is recording a bunch of posts and keeping them in drafts to then release at a later time that's convenient for you. It's an easy thing to do, and in fact, the very basic example I can give is that I do this every single week, usually on the weekends. Those are my days off from writing. I have more free time and flexibility to relax and do whatever, but I use those days to look into trending sounds or think about ways that I can use social media, and then I record all of the videos I'm going to put out during the week. They're in my drafts, and then during the week I just hit post. And so it takes less time and brain power from the days I'm focusing on writing or doing other things. However, while that is something I do all the time, the reason this is coming up for me is because it's spooky season and I want people to read Enchanting Elixirs. So people read this book year round, but coming into the fall months, and especially around Halloween, witchy paranormal romance really sees a rise. So with that in mind, I got some of my Halloween decorations out. Here's one. They're still out because I was doing this yesterday and the day before, and dedicated some hours to just recording social media post for Enchanting Elixirs for the upcoming autumn spooky season. And it was really fun. And I've got so far around 10. I'll probably do a few more today and then give it a rest until I can come back and get more creative and think of new ways to do it. And then I'll do some more. And there's a third way that's even kind of more extreme, I guess, and that is during releases. So when I'm releasing a book, usually a couple months up to it, right? You're not really writing anymore. You're doing the prep for the release. You're getting all of your ducks in a row. I make hundreds personally of videos, and you're banking them for later, for that release. Maybe some pre-release stuff too, but in that week leading up to the release for pre-orders, and in the whole month that the book has come out, you want to hit a lot. And it is hard, but remember, you're not writing during that time. So it's more like that becomes more of a full-time position. So that's just what I do for how to manage social media posts without going crazy. And you know, if you've watched me before, I like social media, especially TikTok. I enjoy it a lot. So it's not like a horror show for me personally, but there has to be smart ways to manage it, or else it can become overwhelming. So that's where I've landed, is doing those batch recordings and then having an easy time of releasing them throughout whatever season. And I do have some favorite lines. HOA of Horror is going along swimmingly still. We're in the middle of chapter 13 right now for the first draft. So tell me which is your favorite out of these 3 lines from that work in progress. The emails all said not to reply and instructed recipients to submit new violations instead. Did that mean if she did reply, her response would fall into an internet void, or was there a chance Finn would receive it? Number 2, he didn't care what the chicken was encrusted with. No thigh was worth $48. And number 3, this man's hubris was believing he could say petty spaghetti in a sentence. Turns out that's just a you thing. Which is your favorite? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time.